clock at 10. Screen by Jefferson. Coria fires the three. Got it.
KCAA, the Inland Talk Express, presents Cal State San Bernardino basketball. This Friday night, January 28th at 7:30, the Coyotes battle San Francisco State. Live from Main Gymnasium in San Francisco. I'm Mitch McClellan. Join Brett Malik and me as the Coyotes beat the Gators in a CCAA conference game. Cal State San Bernardino basketball broadcasts are brought to you by Stater Brothers, Hilton Garden Inn, Office Max, Anheuser-Busch, Baker's Drive-Thru Restaurants, Breakmasters, Days Inn San Bernardino, Costco in Fontana, and the Coyote Athletic Advancement Council. That's Cal State San Bernardino basketball action this Friday night at 7:30. Live from San Francisco on your home for Coyote basketball, KCAA 1050 AM, the Inland Talk Express.
If you miss the AM 1050 KCAA morning show, then you miss this.
Per usual, top of the morning to you, Ms. Bringer, who is energized like the Energized Bunny due to her energizing Diet Coke.
Yes, which is horribly unhealthy. I feel like the chain smoker telling people not to smoke because I'm drinking the Diet Coke. I know, it's terrible for me, but I'm addicted.
Are we going to have to do an intervention on you?
Yeah, I think you might.
John and I will sit there and say, okay, we're going to say what we're going to say, then we're done.
Well, if you send me to treatment, make sure it's somewhere beautiful right next to a beach, or even better, high up in the mountains.
We can make that happen.
And you have paid for it.
Go out there and go snow it. Oh, nah.
Join Paul Lane, Aaron Brinker, and John Watanabe for the AM 1050 KCAA morning show. We talk local news, weather, and sports, and you never know who we're going to put on the high list. The AM 1050 KCAA morning show. Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. exclusively on AM 1050 and KCAAradio.com.
If the truth hurts, then AM 1050 KCAA can be a real pain.
Okay, we are back on Divide for Entertainment on KCAA 1050 AM, your talk station. I'm your host, David, and this is my co-host, Frank and Michael A. And if you want to call in right now, the number is 1-888-909-1050 and throw your shout-outs. We have 15 minutes to go in this show, and we're right now talking about local currencies, and eventually we're going to get to our situation with the State of the Union address. But let's continue on with local currencies. Mike?
Well, first of all, I want to find out how does quantitative easing work exactly, and I was hoping, Frank, you could help us out with that.
Yeah, no problem. What it essentially is the government printing $600 billion, for example, the QE2, $600 billion, and using it to purchase U.S. Treasury bonds. This increases the quantity of money available in the economy, easing the pressure on banks and other financial institutions. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to lighten the burden on all the debt going around the market right now.
But yes, it is. But it's a false information.
But yes. The problem is when you put so much money into it, like for example the peso, you devalue your currency. You could buy less at the store or any asset you want to buy. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it weakens our dollar, and we could buy less with our dollar, and it's just. We're printing so much money. I'll give you an idea. $1 trillion is about a warehouse full of $100 bills stacked high. Just to give you an idea.
It's so much money. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous. And the local currency idea would be a great idea, like Mike said. But you got to find people that are willing to invest right now, which is a hard time right now to look for people to invest.
Yeah, usually the local currencies are supported by non-for-profits, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, they're foreign by that, but you could also get banks to get involved. I mean, especially the local banks, the banks who are supplanted in the area. Those littler banks.
Yeah, it would be a great idea here in San Bernardino. Can you imagine the San Bernardino Leaf? And you know how much money that would put into the city? I mean, and it'd just be amazing. It would actually help grow the economy here if we could do that.
Things would be better. Maybe we'd have more businesses grow. People would have more jobs.
Yeah, exactly. It would. People just need to get behind this idea. It's a great idea.
But my only question is, where are they going to get the money? People that don't have money right now.
Well, there's plenty of U.S. dollars lying around.
But if you have a business or something else going on,
Well, basically, a small chain of small business owners like mom and pop liquor stores or pawn shops or or
community
plumbers.
banks.
Yeah, community banks. They could all come together and form a coalition. Like local currency.
But you have your interest rates and all that stuff that's going up through the roof with this QE situation.
Yeah, right now that is true. I mean, but by doing this, though, you protect yourself. If the dollar does go down, I mean, you have this local currency that hasn't been touched or tainted yet that you could still use.
And even if the dollar doesn't go down, wouldn't you agree that it's a money trap? That's what it is. It's a money trap. It traps the money into the local businesses and local communities. It's really a good idea.
And if you have any questions about this, just go ahead and call 1-888-909-1050 KCAA.
We have
Divide for Entertainment.
We have 10 more minutes left.
Okay, great. So let's jump on. I also had a question about food storage. Just in case the worst comes, what's the best way to store your food?
Well, there's several ways to do this. You could either buy a bunch of. You got to make sure that the food can last a long time, and you want to make sure it's clean and sanitary. You could buy a bunch of beans and a bunch of rice and a lot of canned goods. That's one way you could do. You could buy by the stack.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, you're storing canned goods, right?
Yeah.
How long do canned goods last?
Some of them last up to a year.
Okay, some of them. What happens if people forget and it's after a year?
Well, then you have to throw it away and buy new cans.
Well, some people don't think about that though, because I remember I used to store cans and things would be outdated months.
But rice, beans,
rice,
those
beans.
are good items of store.
Yeah, there's also flash freezing, dehydration,
freeze-dried food.
Yeah, freeze-dried food.
These are all excellent ways to prepare for the worst, just in case something happens. We're not saying an economic collapse is coming, but I mean things are getting worse, and the government just keeps spending money.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. We're not going to rule it out.
But see, even if we don't have the imminent doom of economic collapse, at least we have some insurances like a local currency. Your businesses are going to get bigger because the local banks know the market precisely and stuff like that. Plus, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, now we're at 10 minutes to go, right? And we're going to jump into the State of the Union address because I want to know your opinion on this situation. Because I saw the ending of it, but yet you gentlemen did see the beginning of it, though.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was very interested in what Obama said.
By the way, we'll be having a 1-hour segment coming up on the State of the Union tomorrow on stickcam.com/Mr. Plains
at 9
p.m.
At 9 p.m.
Okay, but like I said, what's your take on the situation? You're saying that we need to be a cooperative. What was it? Country?
No.
Was it Frank saying?
Yeah, he said he
something about cooperation.
I'll read to you right here. Obama.
And he quotes.
Yeah, and I quote: "Now by itself, the simple recognition won't usher in a new era of cooperation. What comes of this moment is up to us. What comes of this moment will be determined by whether we can sit together tonight, but whether we can work together tomorrow." Now, he said right here, new era of cooperation. Okay? Now, what does that mean exactly, a new era of cooperation?
Yeah, what does new era of cooperation mean? Is it like, do we have to all, follow this line of government, or, is it a thing of what do you think, Mike?
I don't know. They just want us. I think they might just want us to cooperate with each other. Probably forcefully. I don't know. What do you think?
Now, what happens if no one cooperates? What happens if the whole?
That's my question.
What if we don't cooperate?
Yeah, that's my question. What happens if we don't cooperate? What happens when right now the economy is at 16% unemployment, 22% unemployment? Are all these people going to go crazy when our governor in California just cuts off our programs?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what does that mean? Era of cooperation. To me, it sounds like they're really pushing their agenda on top of the American taxpayer, Yeah. And whether we like it or not, they're going to do what they want anyway. That's an era of cooperation. I mean, that's what it means to me. When I heard that, I was like, what does he mean by that exactly? What if we don't cooperate? What's going to happen?
It might be that we have to cooperate with both parties so long as it's within their realm. You know what I mean?
Or maybe he means both Republican and Democrats Democratic parties are supposed to stay cooperative with each other because they're supposed to meet for the first time in a long time. You know that, right, Frank?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't trust either party. I mean, both of them had their turn, ruling this country, and they both do the same thing. They grow the government. Oh. Never do I see the government shrink.
Oh my, I don't know. I don't know. All right, yeah. So basically, what were you saying? Say that again.
No, I was saying that what happens is with the Republicans and Democrats is they keep growing government. The Republicans and Democrats, that's what they've done the last 10, 20. That's what they've done with the last 30 years, and a second.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but like I was saying, the situation with this situation with the Obama and the Democratic and the Republicans, it's just going very crazy here with our economy, and we're spending so much money, and the idea of local currency would be maybe a great idea to change up. Is that I don't know. I don't think that's a call for us, but anyway.
Hey, fellas, actually, that is a call for you. Okay. This is Eric, the engineer, by the way. I have Kimberly out in West Covina, if you didn't know, and she has an economy question for you guys. Okay. Go ahead, Kim.
Yes, hello, Kimberly.
Hi, guys. I have a question. Why do you guys think the economy is falling apart? There's no proof of that. Is there?
An example, okay, further inland, there may not be any situations with the, like inland, like let's say Los Angeles, we have more stuff going on out there, and it may not look like there's no economies falling apart, but yet if you get further out, you may see more of the economy falling apart.
Right.
And everything, like Needles, California, which I was there a couple of weeks ago and stuff.
And not only that, I mean, you go to certain areas in Riverside and, all around the county, really, you'll see just see abandoned houses everywhere. There's no work available. I mean, look at the one ads. I mean, look at that, and there's no work at all. I mean, there's no economic growth happening right now. Everything's being exported to other countries.
Yeah. What do you think people should do to prepare for the worst?
Local currencies.
I think people should get behind local currencies, just like my friend here, Mike says. Mm-hmm. It's just a great idea to do that, because that way, just in case the worst happens, you would have your local currency to follow back on. And, it's local. You could use it in your community. It's very safe. It's a great idea. And also, gold, silver, that's also a great investment. Gold is going down a little bit right now, but it jumped back up. And, it's always worth something. Gold and silver have always been worth money, and it's always good to have. Also, food storage is great. And getting a feel of, like, what you're good at, web designing.
Okay, web designing and everything else. But yet we have about 2 more minutes to go, I believe, right?
Okay, thank you.
All right,
guys
thank you very much.
I love your show.
Thank you very much for entertainment.
I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, you're listening to Vibe for Entertainment on KCAA 1050 AM. We just had a call from Kimberly asking about what's going on. Why is everything more out there, not so noticeable, which is further out than out here than the difference with the inland, with our economy, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, yes. What's going on with basically California is a good place to start. I mean, right now everybody's being bailed out except us. It's unfortunate, but you know what? The one thing that hasn't been exported yet is our creativity. That's our God-given gifts that have been given to Americans. I mean, the internet, the software designers, the people who come up with new ideas. We still have that here. That's one thing they haven't taken away from us yet, and we will keep fighting for the people, for the little guy. And the internet right now, we need to protect it, because right now there's a couple of bills in Congress right now that they're trying to pass to shut down the internet and actually make a new internet that is monitored, and we need to protect that. That's our last freedom of speech.
By the way, they already taken out the smartphones and regulated them, haven't they?
Yeah, that's correct. We really gotta step up, people.
Okay, we gotta get going now. Thank you for listening to Vibe for Entertainment. We'll be back next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on KCAA, the Inland Talk Express. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care.